This is Water Elemental.
And this is Axis, and we are here today to talk about the League of Legends. This is an ongoing show we do. Talk about Mobius-style battle games, except for none of the other ones, just this one. And,
well, we make fun of them.
Oh, yeah, no, we do mention them in that case. And we have some interesting news this week from Riot Games. New champion, Mr. Talon, Noxian Assassin. A couple of gameplay changes, new information on Dominion, new skins, new sales, new crazy stuff to talk about.
And actual questions this week. We'll get into that later.
Oh, boy. But first thing that probably on everyone's mind, Mr. Talon, Noxian Assassin.
I'm interested in this champion at first looks. We got the mechanics preview right now. We've been waiting to see if they will bring out the official list. But mechanics preview works well enough lately, so...
Well, until then, talk about his abilities. Kind of released all of them. So we have, first one is Cutthroat. It's an ability that allows Talon to catch up to his enemies by surprise. He leaps behind his target and silences them for a short duration. This amplifies the damage of any of his following attacks and abilities. This is called Noxian Diplomacy. Talon viciously stabs his enemy, dealing heavy physical damage and causing them to leave a bloody trail that Talon can use to track them. This ability is called Rake. Talon fans out 3 blades in front of him, and then they quickly return to him, dealing damage and slowing any targets that are hit in either of the directions. They also slow. His final ability, his ultimate, is called Shadow Assault. He enters stealth for a short period of time, and he gains bonus move speed. He then sends out blades in all directions, and they deal damage to everyone. Once the blades reach a certain distance, they pause and form a circle. Talon then reappears from stealth, and the blades return back to him, and they deal damage to anything they pass through once again. His passive is called Mercy, which makes his auto attacks deal additional damage to targets that are under the influence of any crowd control effects.
From reading this, you could tell that Talon's going to be a micromanagement hero, which is good. A lot of things to fiddle around with, a lot of setups, a lot of probably pretty cool moves you can do with the Rake, with Noxian Diplomacy, even Mercy, and some of his other abilities. Even Mercy teamed up with like a Lux, LeBlanc, anybody that slows, depending on what is considered a crowd control effect by Mercy.
Yeah, I mean, according to Cleanse, I mean, slows, silences, even blinds are considered crowd control effects. So that ability could be extremely, extremely powerful based on what it counts as a CC. Because if it does count slows and silences and even blinds, he's going to get 2 procs on Mercy just from Rake and Cutthroat. Not counting if he gets a Trinity Force or a Phage or a Frozen Mallet. Could be a very deadly fella.
You never know. He might scale up AP and you need his relies or something.
Something like that. Could be crazy. Looks like a champion a lot of my friends are going to enjoy. It looks like he is going to be very exciting to play because there's going to be a lot of things to track. You're going to say, okay, well, I want to toss a Rake out. I want to Cutthroat to an enemy champion, have the Rake come that direction and slice through half their enemy team. One of the things I'm most curious about is how far you can Cutthroat to. If it's very short range, it's going to kind of reduce some of the fun factor on him, I imagine. Because one of the cool things I'm thinking is Cutthroat is a good range jump. You can jump to their support, cut through them, Noxian Diplomacy, Rake, and then bam, Shadow Assault and vanish. And all of a sudden, you reduce their support to 1 bar, and she's silenced. And what are they going to do? I mean, you're invisible.
Well, what I think would be interesting is you would be able to Noxian Diplomacy, or find a way to flash in behind an enemy team. You sneak up. You would use your ultimate, shoot the knives out. Then you would probably, if you can, Cutthroat to a minion, jump away from them. The blades hit them, come back, you blow through your whole thing, then you jump away, knives hit them twice, and you get out clean free, so you can weaken your enemy, and then you could start a team fight if your cooldowns are already off.
Oh no, he looks like a very fun assassin.
Hopefully his stealth is actually more useful than Monkey King and Vayne's, because their stealths are...
It's more of just a quick target drop, really.
Yeah, it's more of a drop than it is. But with him, hopefully he utilizes the stealth better.
Yeah, and it says he gains movement speed, so it should allow for proper positioning in stealth. So
I want to see if he gets an Assassin's Creed type skin. You know, like an all-white one. He has, like, hand blades.
Wait a minute. You're not praying? You must have killed him.
He has, like, a pray when he walks away. He's just like, la, la, la.
That'd be lolsy. Oh, goodness.
But anyways, guys, let us know what you think. If you guys are at Gamescom and they have a preview of Talon or something that I haven't been able to find something, or if IGN has posted something because they're weird like that. Anyways, just let us know what's up. We'll take a look. We are open to more news on Champions, especially this is the first one after the pre-E or post-E3 Champions and Monkey King. So, we'll see what's up.
Hooray. Next up on the list is there's an improved feature. It's you don't normally when you get a kill, you have to let's say you get in a big team fight.
You have slain an enemy,
and you have to wait. You know, if you kill 3 or 4 people, you've slain an enemy. Watch the ticker. Wait 3 seconds. You have slain an enemy. Watch the ticker. Wait a couple of seconds. Now you'll be able to instantly see who killed who got the assist, whatever and whatever. This is a great gameplay change. It's a small thing, but great system. I don't have to hit tab every time there's a team fight to make sure who's dead. I can just look at the sidebar, immediately know who's dead, not have to tab through everything, double check my assists, make sure I got them. It'll just be very good. I mean, this isn't a massive change, but small changes like this, small little gameplay tweaks that make the UI a lot better, they're noticeable. And people pick up on this and they appreciate it.
It looks very, very clean too, because if you're watching it and you're not paying attention or something like that, even as a spectator, you could just see the kills and stuff pop up on the screen, and you can have like a mental scorecard of what's going on. And that's really cool too. So,
this would be a very good thing for all of us.
In other news, we have more information on Dominion.
Yay!
There are a lot of free, or not free, but a lot of new video coming out from Gamescom. There's a lot of people, you know, having recordings, and I've been watching them watching full games. First thing I've noticed, they're about 18 to 20 minutes long, which is very, very nice.
Yeah, a lot of times, when I'm getting ready for work or something, I got maybe half an hour. I want to play a game of League, but it's such a gamble because that game could be 20 minutes, it could be 55 minutes. I don't know, and I can't take that risk. But when the target time is 18 minutes or however close it is, and the max might be 25 or 30, I can do that. And that'll be great. I can have my fun with League of Legends. Short game, burst through, burst out, and it's great.
Next thing you'll notice is, if you look at some of these footages, you'll notice that certain items are X'd out or certain items are like boxed in. There are certain items that are not allowed in the new map, and there are some items that are replaced with newer items in the map. All the Duran items are upgraded to better versions because you started at level 3, and they kind of wanted more oomph to items, so they just made higher level versions of Duran items. You'll also notice items like Banshee's Veil, flasks, and all that. They're removed. Banshee's Veil becomes Odin's Veil, which is an interesting item, I think. What it does is you have a automatic 10% reduction on all the abilities and magic damage that's dealt to you, and over time it builds up damage, and you can activate the item to do like a Radowin's Omen AoE, dealing electrical damage to people. So I think it's interesting.
That's what we need. Another tool for tanky DPS to use to deal damage.
Hooray!
But it'll be interesting to see the full list of items. It'll make you think differently strategically and in terms of just damage reduction. But it'll be fun.
They also added 2 new summer spells. One of them is making its return. First one is Promote. If you haven't played a long time, you wouldn't know about the summoner spell. What it would do is you'd be able to upgrade a unit to not a super minion, but about a minion that deals 80% of what the super minions can do. And they removed it from the game because it was too overpowered, but in this format, it seems very helpful because it replaces Fortify. So instead of having Fortify, you will have Rally. Another summoner spell they are adding to the game is called Garrison. What this does is it lets you offensively reduce the damage of the towers on the capture points and defensively prevent people from taking the capture point. This replaces Teleport. So I think these new summer spells are great because it adds a little bit more variety into the map, so it's not the same summer spells. We get a couple of different options and replace really overpowered.
Spells, well, things that you couldn't normally use in this format.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think it's great that Promote's back. I love to promote.
I didn't.
Oh, boo-hoo.
But yeah, I mean, it's great stuff. Stuff on Dominion's coming out all the time. If you guys have any specific questions, post them below, and we'll look into researching them, see if we can get an answer for you. If you have any cool information you want to tell us, post it down below. We'd love to see that as well.
We have our man, Seymour the Scientist, working very hard. He is in his little room right now.
Yeah, he got a little bit delayed getting to Gamescom. There was some wild Zubat that were attacking him outside the door. But
yeah, now he's stuck at the Pokemon booth.
Dang.
Talked about Clefairies and the Moonstones.
Oh yes, of course, it's favorite. Other stuff this week. We have new skins.
We have Garen.
Oh yes, of course, Garen. New skin for Garen. Rugged Garen. Or as what I've coined him as, Jim Raynor. Skin's essentially Jim Raynor. It's a really great looking skin. Extremely high detail. I mean, I've picked up most every Garen skin. I got Commando Garen or Chris Redfield Garen. I have Dread Knight Garen or Arthas Garen. And now I have Rugged Garen. It's Jim Raynor Garen. It's a very detailed skin. I'd pick it up if you're any kind of Garen player. It is wonderful. It's a very fresh look for him. Next up is Obsidian Malphite.
He's pointy. Very pointy.
He's really cool looking. Like, underneath his lava, his layer, he's like molten lava. And it's just a cool look. If maybe you weren't a big fan of the Undersea Malphite, you wanted something that maybe looked a little bit more brutal, this is definitely the skin you need to pick up.
You've got the comms one, like you have Marble Malphite and you have the Coral Malphite.
But this
then
one's
you've
just
got,
like, I'm going to butcher children, Malphite.
Like, I'm Malphite. I look like a giant rock. This one's like, if you touch me, I will stab you, and then I'm going to bite you and then melt.
Bad things will happen.
So, yeah, it's a great skin. Really cool. Pick them up. There are more to come. And, you know, can't wait to see what else they come out with. Speaking of skins, this is your last chance to get the right skin singed.
Well, you have it technically until the 26th.
Well, this is the last opportunity to. I'm helping people because soon he will not be available, and instead they're replacing him as a promotional item with Canine Gnosis, which we talked about last episode.
Canine Susan!
Susan! So, hopefully you pick him up. I'm going to probably pick him up, even though I'm not a Singe player. It's a really good looking skin. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I mean, for something that's not going to be available, it'll really set you apart from newer players.
Yeah, and then you always get the people afterwards. Where'd you get your skin?
Where'd you get that Black Alistair skin? Is that new? Jeez. But it'll be great. I'm definitely want to pick up if you're any kind of Singe player. I mean, it's the last chance to get him. It's like a holiday skin at this point. You might as well pick it up if you ever consider it.
Even if you own Singe, you know, just pick it up.
Just think about it.
Just pick it up.
Give Riot your money. Who cares? And then we have a couple of sales this week.
Skin-wise.
Skin-wise, first of all, we have... which ones do we have?
Alright, this week for our skins, we have Mercenary Catriona.
Don't get it. It's awful.
Explore Ezreal.
Don't get it. It looks like his regular skin.
Lord Mordekaiser.
It's great. Pick it up. It's
best skin for Mordekaiser
complete
ever.
Model change.
He looks like from Warhammer. It's
a great skin. I picked it up the first day it was available, and I've not regretted it since. And at this price, you can't make any argument. Just get it. Just get it. Just go ahead.
It's the only one here that's not like a weird little color swapper.
Yeah, no, it's a great looking skin, and I love it.
Next up for champion sales, we have Shaco, Nocturne, and Vladimir.
All great champions. They all have their varying niche roles. They're all very, very fun to play. If you're looking for champions that are fun, they're kind of jerks. If you're a player who likes to be just a dick in lane phase, these definitely are the guys for you.
Shaco vanishes, Nocturne can just target someone and fly away. Vladimir's just like, think one pool.
So I'm never taking damage for you. It's just three mean champions, and if you like that kind of style, definitely pick them up. And at this price, you can't.
This sale should have been champions who are dicks, 50% off. So if you want a fun champion, pick them up.
There you go, guys. And I believe that's it. Oh, except for one more new contest: Songs of the Summoned,
Part 2.
Part 2. They're actually having different price tiers for original and parody songs. I love Songs of the Summoned. I loved all the Demacia stuff, and there's already some new Demacia stuff out for this particular one.
There's a really good Mordekaiser metal one out there that was pretty good.
Metal.
Well, it's...
I'm just kidding.
Don't get
Relax.
mad at me. I like
Relax. Oh, wow, you relaxed really quickly. Okay. But yeah, guys, I'm thinking of putting one in myself, but take a look at the submissions. Support them if you like them. If you don't, boo.
Do not support him. I will have to listen to his song, and it just... I have to edit it.
Come on.
No.
Encourage me.
I don't want to, because I'm going to be the one doing most of the work again.
Shut up. On to our own section. As far as questions this week, our first one comes from Viva Magneto 2000. He asks, what happened to the ad-lib section at the end? Just kind of stopped right there. Well, Mr. Magneto,
Blame YouTube.
blame YouTube. There's some strange problems when our uploading came up, and then we had to stop using the internet for a couple of days because we were leaving, and we didn't really realize it for a couple of days just because we didn't double check. We had to leave, but
Once I hear the episode and once it gets up and YouTube says it's 100% up, I don't worry about the
yeah.
thing.
So there must have been some uploading error, and yeah, we really sorry.
Your comment confused me, and I don't know why.
Yeah, we'll repost it very soon, and we'll have it back for you guys again. Sorry about that, and what can we say? We'll be up soon, and we appreciate you guys pointing that out.
Our second question comes from Mr. Tactical Marine. He says, I have a question regarding low carries. Do you guys think carries have too much utility for such good scaling? Top level carries have a lot of tools for assisting as well as killing. Ashe, Gangplank, etc. Not only do they have tremendous damage, they contribute a lot of assist potential. I do feel low carries are too much of a problem in early game.
Well, I'm gonna the carries you cited were Ashe and GP, and let me just address those two first. GP is not really a carry. GP is a good assist, but Ashe, you might feel she's very powerful in the early game, and that's because in the first engagement, she's gonna get a default crit and a volley on you. It's gonna happen no matter what, which is about 3 bars of HP, which does seem like a lot, but again, that damage does not continue. I mean, she doesn't get that 3-bar hit for a while, actually. Until
she gets a BF sword.
Yeah, I mean, it is a lot of heavy early game damage, and it can lead to an FB, but she's just, it is good damage. I'll give you that, but you have to have good damage to be a carry in this game.
You can't carry if you don't have damage.
Yeah, I mean, it ends up being that tanky DPS usually carry through just because they have the stamina to continue. And regular DPSs, I mean, they aren't even that great anymore. When you compare an Ashe to a good Renekton, I mean, it's hard to say. Ashe does have a lot more utility than a Renekton was. I mean, she has sight, she has slowing, she has a good stun. But the more useful you are, the less you have to be dependent on damage. I mean, Ashe does not, by no stretch of the imagination, has the best damage in the game.
They kind of blur between support and utility than a carry sometimes when it comes down to
but you have to have the utility. If you have a champion that doesn't that's only contribution to the team is damage, like let's say a Vladimir. While Vladimir is good, he just ends up not shining in the late game and even late mid, just because at the end of the day, the only person he's out to help is himself. And so it doesn't help you get good team fights going down. Sure, he gets a good Hemo Plague. That's extra damage for him, but not for anyone else.
I thought it was good damage for everyone, but
not quite.
Anyways, I feel about the same way. You know, it's just the carries. Their job is to be stronger and deal a lot of damage, but they're really weak if you look at it. As the game progresses, yes, they get a lot of kills, but mid game to late game, they might just have like an underslope of damage and usability. They can get ganked easily. They're very weak, or they just don't have any escape mechanisms or anything. So there's a window of time where you can shut them down before they get really good again, and you can halt their progression back up, and that can really, you know, block him like Gangplank. You know, if you keep him from farming, you won't let him get his crit items. Crit items means no lucky crits on parlay, which means he's not going to be able to hurt you very much until he gets those items.
Yeah, his damage is very predictable if you cut off his crit source. And his gap closer is awful. Long cooldown, it's relatively short duration. I mean, I know we're only citing your examples. There's a lot of other ones out there, but a lot of these champions that are melee, they're easy to shut down. And a lot of these ranged carries blow up so easily, it isn't that too much of a problem. So again, they're manageable. They're not... they're not horribly overpowered.
They all have weaknesses. We can actually make a segment called "How do I shut down so and so?"
How do I shoot her in the face?
Yeah, there's little small vantage points for each character, which makes this game fun and analyze. This person is weak to this, like Tryndamere. Everybody hates him because of his endless rage, but if you ignite him or you exhaust him, you can shut him down. Everybody has weaknesses like that.
Yeah,
so
even if you don't have ignite, there's always options, is what we're trying to say.
Options.
And while it may seem hard to counter, there are options, and you can look up guides, you can talk to players, you can coordinate. But there are always options, guys. And that's really it for questions this week. Post questions in the comments below or forward them to our email, spazticgaming@gmail.com, especially for longer ones. We answer one from each, and we don't get too many in our email. So if you want a longer question answered or one that's really been burning at you, please email it to us. We'd love to hear it.
For our own personal news, our contest is still going on. You probably didn't hear about it last week for obvious reasons.
What reasons would those be?
So we're still doing our creative contest. Our link on the video's description below. We're going to keep that going for a little bit longer. When we feel like we're ready to close it down, we will let you guys know. So please enter, enter, enter. We are more than happy to give away free stuff.
Yeah, no, we love giving away things.
Also, you also missed it last week. We have hit the 1-year anniversary mark.
Hooray!
So this is our first episode after the anniversary on the 13th.
Yeah, guys, this is year 2. Year 2. Can you believe
Starting
it?
out strong with bad video.
Yes! Number 1.
But yeah, just keep it up, guys. Let's keep building it up.
We love every time we get a sub.
We love each and every one of you that are nice to us.
Yes, all
There are certain people.
Oh, you. But it's been a great journey, guys, and someone who grew up on the wrong side of the tracks.
Cue music.
All right, not this week.
Oh,
I've got a dentist appointment, but I'll get you guys later. Anyway, this has been Axis,
and Water Elemental,
and we're telling you to take a shower. You stink.